for a Cornelian cherry tree, this is pretty big. So this tree is, I would be surprised if this tree was like 100 years old. Because that's pretty big. Most of them you see are small, but to get this big, it takes a long time. And right here, check this out. Right next to it, you got a little baby. So that's, you know, that's the size of the baby. Same flower, same tree. But yeah, you know, this one's big and full. This one, you know, we've only got another 70 years to go with this tree, you know. Okay, we have a maple tree here. It's got the tight furrows. What is it? Come on now, class. What is it? This is a Norway. And over here is a sugar maple. So you look at this bark here, how tight this bark is, and we're going to go over and take a look at that. So that's just, you know, you can see it. See that? There's the sugar, and it kind of, this is, I'll say kind of a, man, that's not a really old tree, but it's got that, it almost comes off in plates. It's not that tight and furrowed stuff. The leaves are very similar, except these leaves don't have the sap when you pluck a leaf. And these are the ones you get the sap. Maple juice. I call it maple juice. Coming down in here, we got some more of these coming near College Town here. We got some more saucer magnolias, a couple two here, but then down at the end we got a couple ornamental trees down here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that tree in the background, the weeping cedar. That's a weeping Alaskan cedar. You see those around. You got that weepy form to them. The deal is it looks like they used to consider it a fall cypress or a camasiferous, but through DNA kind of stuff they found that it's basically it's its own tree and its own species. I don't know what the Latin is, but weeping Alaskan cedar. It's got these, let's see, really loose. And look at that, check this out. I wouldn't be surprised if you can see that or not. That looks like that's pollen, almost. I wouldn't think so right now, but that's the pollen. And this is the little cones. I'll say this is it's like an immature cone. Like it didn't pop open or anything. I don't know. Because then you got the older ones. Like that. So yeah, you can tell that. You tell the trees by their fruit, by their flower. So yeah, weeping Alaskan cedar, Xanathanthos or something. Tell you what, I don't know if we can see this over here or not. Hornbeam. Yeah, this is upright European hornbeam. It's got that fastigious kind of a thing to them, and it's got these crazy looking buds. These buds are, I guess, one of the ways you can tell the difference between a European hornbeam and an American hornbeam. This bud has a little bit of a twist to it on the stem. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's got a twist to it. Versus like an American hornbeam, it'll be a little bit straighter or actually a little bit off the stem. It's the fruit, it's the bud. That's really what tells you the difference between a tree. Over here, I don't know if you can see them, we got a couple of witch hazels. And these are past bloom. This is a yellow. Again, this is past bloom. This thing bloomed in February. This thing bloomed when there was snow on the ground. So these are the earliest bloomers. And this is another kind of witch hazel here. And this is one, it's got a red flower. But again, this thing's past bloom, and it's all done. Oh, check this out. This is the seed pod. So this will get pollinated and stuff. And see how it's open like that? The deal is with the witch hazel, that thing pops open and it shoots out the seed. Some seeds have wings and they float in the sky and stuff. This thing gets boink, gets tossed out. Kicked out of home. Kicked out of the nest, so to speak. Yay. This guy here is just a little, it's some kind of a form, it's an arborvitae, tree of life. Deal with these got flat needles, and the cones are upright. They don't dangle, kind of an upright cone. Yeah, but this is some kind of an arborvitae tree. And again, you see the form of these things. You can get things in big different things, or pencil form and stuff like that. That's how they breed them like that. Corn is mine. Corn is mine. Beautiful. Love the flower. Love the flower. Hey, ooh, check this out. Come here. This here is an amelanchier. It's called a Shad Bush. The deal is this will have a white flower, but these are leafing out, so that's pretty. They'll have like a delicate white flower. They call them an amelanchier, or some people call them a shad bush. Shad bush is because the shad, the fish, these things flower the same time that the shad run. So it's called a shad bush. These are nice. They're multi-stem, usually a lot of multi-stems here. So that's cool. I don't know if you can see this tree. This guy here, it's kind of close. But this tree here is a Zelkova tree. And these Zelkova trees, they have that vase shape like an elm. The deal is they were brought into this country back when the Dutch elm disease was killing them all. So this is like a replacement to the elm tree. It's in the elm family. It's got a similar leaf and stuff, but Zelkova, Japanese Zelkova. More shad bush. Shad bush. Shad bush. This guy here, check this out. This guy here is a dogwood. They call this a Coosa dogwood. It'll have some exfoliating bark, and it'll have different kinds of buds and different kinds of flowers. So on this, it almost like you got these kind of a pointy kind of a bud. That's a Cornus Coosa. It's a Coosa dogwood is what it is. Again, dogwood have the opposite branching structure. Opposite maple ash dogwood. And when this does produce a seed, this thing will be all big and all bumpy and all orange looking. So it's kind of a cool fruit. But Coosa dogwood, yeah, they got the exfoliating bark, different kind of buds, different kind of fruit. Coosa, I think it's an Asian variety. We got one of these saucer magnolia. So this has got the big upright blossom. These would be nice when they come out. Again, they don't last long, but you know, beauty is fleeting, right? And this here, check this out. This is the fruit. When you on a magnolia trees, they'll have this kind of a bumpy fruit, and this all red kind of cucumber bumpy looking kind of stuff. And then these are the seed pods. Inside here, there'd be a seed. So that's a magnolia. It's kind of a droopy thing. And again, it's kind of a grotesque, almost kind of spooky movie kind of fruit thing to them. You know, I don't know. What's it taste like? Got another magnolia. This one's a different color. Check this out. thinking it's still a saucer magnolia, but it's got a different colors. It doesn't have that purple in there, you know. And this thing's got buds all over it. I don't know if these are leaf. Some of these are leaf buds. Like that. I'm guessing just by the shape of it. I'm looking at this. That's a flower bud versus like this on the side. That's more of a leaf bud. So that's cool. Neat, man. Neat, man. All right. Okay. Arborvitae dogwood. Looks like it's in great shape, but it's got some buds on it. Sometimes you can tell whether it's made it through the winter or not by looking at the buds. If they're all nasty, dried up, then it may have a tough time. May have a tough time this year. Okay, this guy here is a spruce tree, but look at those cones. That's a smaller cone, so it's still a spruce. It's got kind of spiky and they're square, but this one I believe is a white spruce tree. That's a shorter cone. The Norway spruce, they're big and long. Like that guy there. That guy there in the distance, that's a Norway spruce. This is a white spruce. That'll have. Sometimes you can see the cones at a distance because they're so big. Let's go. Again, the deal. Yep. These are the flowers. These are a red maple. The maple's got the opposite branching structure. And we haven't talked about the red maple bark, but if you look at the bark on this maple tree, it's different than the Norway's. The Norway was pretty tight. The sugar was kind of platy and loose. This is more, it almost looks more like a silver maple, where it's kind of thin. It's a little bit shreddy looking, but it's not platy and it's not really tightly bound furrowed bark. It's a big tree. I think these can be messy too. They can drop a lot of sticks and stuff. But that's a good sized tree for a red maple. Cool. All right, I got a mystery tree over here. I'm looking at this tree here in the foreground here, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure it's an ash tree because of the way that the branches are and like it's a compound leaf, but it's kind of droopy. It's like a weeping or something. So I guess I'm not really sure what it is, but I believe I'm pretty sure it's an ash. Detour. See this tree here? Look at this tree. This tree's in the wrong place. This is an ash tree. But something like that's got to come out. I mean, you know, we've all seen this stuff. In the right spot, this would be a nice tree, but it's just a bad spot. Bad spot. Oh man, there's another bad spot. Look at this. This is one of my favorite trees. This is a Cornus moss. But look at it. You saw the size of that other one, that gigantic thing. Look at that. It's a beautiful tree, but it's in the wrong spot. We're gonna have to come back when there's no camera on. Get rid of that thing. Yeah, so this is, I kind of want to say it's a little bit of a mystery tree to me, but it's an ash tree. It's got opposite branching. Maple, ash, dogwood, opposite. They're not staggered. That is sequoia. That is a dawn redwood. Yeah, this tree's got this kind of crazy looking shreddy bark. It's a, like I said, it's a metasequoia. It's a dawn red. And the deal with this tree, they thought that this tree was extinct. In the fossil records, they saw the leaves and stuff, and they found the cones, but it was gone. It was all over like North America, Northern Hemisphere. And back in the late 40s, it was rediscovered or discovered in China. That's the cone. It drops its leaves. Right now, you can see the leaves starting to grow, but these will come up. And when these do come out, they'll be nice and kind of a light green. They'll be really soft. It's like, wow, kind of cool. But that is sequoia. It used to be around here, but no more. This is from China. It's I guess they're sturdy trees that can put up a lot of pollution and stuff. This thing is just starting to bud. This thing here, these are called spurs. All these little knobby things. This is how they grow. It's just another way to ID the tree. And these come in male and female. So you'll have two separate sexes on the trees, but the female will produce the fruit, and it's kind of it's a fleshy stuff over like a nut, and it's really stinky. It's I was here the other day. I don't see any fruit on the ground, but that's the leaf. It's got that ginkgo look to it. Ginkgo biloba. Cool. All right, ginkgo tree. Across the street over here, on this kitty corner here, on this left, that's a Japanese pagoda tree. Japanese pagoda tree. What's up with that? It's it's from the Orient or from Japan area, stuff like that. It's they use these are a late flower. They have a nice white flower. It's like late summer, August time. So, if you want to stagger your stuff and plant different things at different times, you plant this, and this will be a nice nice summer flowering tree. And it's got compound leaves, so it's got the main leaf stalk, and then each will have a little set of leaflets. So, native to China and Korea, compound leaf, late summer flowers. What do you think of that? All right. What do you think? Which way you want to go? Let's go this way. This is a katsura tree. And check this thing out. I don't know if you can get it, but this is just starting to leaf out too. So these are actually, you see, some of these flowers they're beat. Just the other day, these things were all flush and lush and plumpy and beautiful. Purplish glow. There you go. It's got a glow. But yeah, this is a nice tree.